is when I create my grids. For me, what I prefer is when I get stoned, I I get at least 2 to 3 of each kind. If I can only afford two, then I only get two. But I generally I generally like the number three, 2, 3, or 6 in regards to the creation of my grids, working up to 12 and 13. Um, that way, I can be able to put a heart, a mind, a body, and a spirit together, if you will. When I create my grids, I'm picturing a being, if you will, an entity, and or I'm set the intention of, hey, I'm calling in these energies and support for the creation of this. So in this grid right now, I've incorporated the red tiger's eye, um, incorporated a carnelian agate. I have a piece of citrine at the top, and then on the inside I have blue. I have ooh. I need to put some pink on the inside here, guys. Damn. It's just now calling for it though. So I have a bunch of little stone rose quartz. So I'm just kind of greet my stones as I grab them, not in any hurry. Just, hey guys, how are you? How are you doing today? They're like, oh, you really haven't paid attention to too much lately. I'm like, yeah, I have. I've just been letting you guys charge up. You needed a break. I was using a lot of love from you guys. I was just letting you recharge. I'm just having a little telepathic conversation with them, keeping it light, keeping it funny, keeping it uplifting. Just kind of, hey, I'm just needing your beautiful, loving energies. This grid that has been made is ready for all love. It's ready to be supported with unconditional love. It's a self-sustaining, now self-sustaining being in the universe, and there's aspects of this new being, if you will, this new creation, because as having a male body, the idea is that I'm not able to physically give birth to anything. However, with crystals are living, conscious beings, and our ideas, our heart's desires, our dreams, these are ideas that lend to creating a more balanced and exciting now moment for us individually as well as a collective. And I've been explaining and sharing my idea of, it would be it's been my biggest dreams to be able to just have enough money and or material things to just literally like walking around just like handing out money, or just like if I meet someone and having a good time and a good conversation and just like want to extend the now moment, be able to perform a miracle by busting out that Wells Fargo card and swiping it through and manifesting the next, miraculous now moment to continue the infinite moment of fun, of exciting fun and unconditional love. And I'm feeling it. It's right here. There was an idea that's been brought forth, and I'm just like, you know what? I asked the person just be open to having faith for a miracle. And Just continue having faith that we're doing source work. You know, it's not my, I told it flat out, I'm like, it's not my job to get together what you're saying I need to get together. I'm simply just the servant, the receiver of the gift, and I am the one that is meant to share the gift. So, whoever's elbows we have to grease, whoever we got to tell, like, that we're going to, you know, grease their elbows when everything's said and done, like, let them know that, you know, this isn't just being said to just be said. Like, you know, look the other way momentarily for just a simple now moment, so as to allow it to fully manifest where it needs to manifest. And those that, you know, allow themselves to close their eyes for a now moment for this to happen.
Can you stop and start your camera, because we couldn't see the stones, and it would be nice for the people to see what stones you have.
Yes, you got perfect timing. You have perfect timing. I just am setting the last stone in. Boom. Okay. Just was setting the last stone in. Hi. Okay. So what we have here is on the outside. We'll start from the bottom, if you will, or however you want to look at it. But this is the red side. So this is the red tiger's eye, which is feeding the red ray energy. Oh, damn it. Okay, there we go. So that feeds the red ray energy. And what I have here is I have a quartz rod, as you can see. And on top of the quartz rod, this is black kyanite. And as you can see, it has some neat little crystallization. Kyanites grow with quartz, actually. So this grows with like clear quartz and like tourmaline and whatnot. And this, if you can see the little silvery part, this is stibnite. And what stibnite is these are called stibnite wands, if you will. They're intention wands. They amplify intentions. So on each of my quartz crystals, this one is my celestial quartz. So I got regular quartz, and then this guy right here is celestial quartz. And then you can see I have black kyanite, and then there's also stibnite. Black kyanite, stibnite. So black is a real absorbing and transmuting of the other side of the coin's energy, of existence energy, if you will. So it just magically, literally draws it in, amplifies it, purifies it, and immediately turns it into just pure, unconditional love existence energy. So the intention that I set was that I'm going to channel in these orange energies, these red energies, and then on the top here, there's a little piece of citrine. So that would be, you know, the outer part, the body part. See, it's on the outside. All right. Now I also threw some silica right here, this little shiny guy. Now what silica is it's quartz before it gets to quartz, if you will. But it has nice reflective properties as well, as you can see. So, and then I also threw a nice little chunk of pyrite in there. This little guy, pyrite as well. This right here is a piece, as you can tell, amethyst. This is quartz with black tourmaline, which is connected to blue kyanite, which is amplifying the lapis lazuli, and it's connected to the pink quartz and the green calcite. So we know that green and pink are love heart colors. What's also a heart color is is like violet as well. It's a representation of, I feel, as true, unconditional existence love, and the heart of hearts, if you will, the heart of all hearts. Mm. Ah, Jay Schwan. We were introduced first without the name, then through Brother Jim as a more group connection as Kelashan. Kelashan J. Sean, our brother, sister, Atlantean Lemurian aspects. Greetings, my family.
Much love to you.
Infinite, unconditional, flowing love to you as well, Brother Sean, and all involved in this co-created movement. We see many becoming to feel the supportive energies of the refined, beautiful pieces of earth known as crystals, gems, and stones. The reawakening in this time in this fabric of now. Many are visiting Atlantean aspects. Many of us old souls have been here physically, spiritually, in heart, mind, body, and spirit. It is time in this fabric of space-time to pull from all aspects of all universal aspects of individual and group consciousness. Pull what is beneficial individually, because what truly is done from infinite unconditional love will only be beneficial to the self, the one and the all and the one. we seek to reconnect with our reawakened physical aspects in the fabric of this instant now moment. Gaia, Terra, Isharael, Chi, Ha, Elra. Not only do the individuals that, when awaken, seek enlightenment for ascension and transcension, these individual journeys raise Gaia, Earth, Gaia, Terra, elevates the physicality, the malleability of the physicality of this now. Become the true embodiment of the most comfortable source aspect of oneself. The process of embodying the white, gold, diamond, source existent ray is, as you humans know, the process of the creation of a diamond, correct?
Yes, right.
When it is chosen to become a white gold embodiment of the ray, when one chooses rebirth, we experience our different journeys through the diamond ray and into the rainbow spectrum differently. However, everything comes from source through the white gold diamond ray. The white is the light. The gold creates the colors as the existence of one's idea of source. Shifting the choir is present. Wind spirit, similar to Findorian spirit. Ah, I am the am that I am. I am, in this moment, in this now, the embodiment of Hu I Ba Ra El Hu. One of the aspects uh, mm, infinite, unconditional love, light, light, love, gratitude, appreciation. Yes, the gift is received in full. The gift is received in full. Yes, we are infinitely and unconditionally, ever expandingly open in the strongest allowances of ourselves for those these energies resonate with, either gently, strongly, however it is felt. You guys able to see the grid? Mostly?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to put the Dreamstone up top here, right next to the citrine piece.
Oh, perfect.
And I am going to put the green kyanite, which is purifying. The kyanites never need to be cleansed. They hold such a high vibration that they never ever need to be cleansed. However, if you do bathe them with salt water, what it does is you're able to set new intentions to them. So it just will kind of send a message to the stones to shift focus, not necessarily let go of the old intention. I always intend to keep all beneficial intentions.
Just show the stones on the camera when you speak about them. The green kyanite and the Dreamstone, just show them in front of the camera for a second.
This is the green in my hand right here. This is the green kyanite. My resonant kyanite I keep right next to my heart with a pyramid piece of apophyllite, which is a more organic type quartz, if you will. And then I also have my terminalated quartz necklace, and then I rebeaded my quartz and amethyst bead, and then I have my rose quartz that I rebeaded, and then I have my chakra bracelet. So really really enjoy having the crystals on my body. Like, it really, for me, it's very comforting. It's very comforting, and I'm really excited when I'll be able to adorn myself in just pure gold and diamond energy, as well as the most resonant gemstones and crystals that I will be able to have fashioned into a way that I will be able to use and or gift to those that feel it would amplify their abilities and any of their abilities, pretty much. This is the dream. I have to look for the paper, but it's either said the Moonstone or the Dreamstone. But what's neat about this one is, in my meditation, I love to, like, let's see here. This guy fits like perfectly on the top of the head. So what I'll do is I'll just sit it right on the top of my, like, where I feel centered the most, and then just begin my communications with it. Just however you would introduce yourself to someone or whatnot, and to an old friend or an old family member, a loved one, and I just allow myself to feel their energy and allow them to feel mine. And long now moments since last skin to stone communication. It is I, the dreamy moonstone, dreaming moonstone. So many beautiful, imaginative dreams of all in this co-created moment So many beneficial energies. Ah. Hmm. Interesting. Is anyone feeling a urge to speak in this now moment?
I have a question. No,
Yeah.
I just want to discuss what is your perspective on how can we make the world a better place for living?
We see many, many beneficial ideas. What feels the most beneficial for yourself, Sister L?
At this moment, I still cannot find a definition. I see a lot of things.
What is the most exciting for yourself that
For
would
me,
change your immediate fabric of your physical body, your physical own self? What would be the most exciting change to your physical universe in the mind, body, heart, spirit? What
I would
gift?
say being among the nature and planting trees, planting plants that can clean the air.
Yes, this we have seen in our dream aspect when the gift of infinite monetary material abundance fully manifests within our individual self. We have felt the idea of building new places to provide food for everyone, to replenish forests with beautiful trees, as well as reintroduce the renewable resource known as hemp and its many versatile, universal, beneficial abilities. These plants truly would give their lives and their short life cycle for these causes so as to leave their tree brethren to remain rooted and strong for the rest.
What about healing centers with crystal-based technology and crystal places for meditation?
Yes, this is an aspect of our dream as well, of the expansion, if you will. There will be an investment into crystal quarries, into gold mines, into already mined crystals and precious metals. the idea of digitalized money for the miraculous manifestation for these materials and or said rights of these fabrics of space-time, time-space, known as minds, so as to be able to self-sustainingly and with infinite and unconditional gratitude, appreciation, and love, with every removal of dirt, with every hand that helps. There will be crystal rooms that have been discussed on the Hucolo family site. These crystal rooms or crystallized areas, we will become the guardians of. This idea is a necessity, a commanded necessity for the all and the one, for the one and the all, in this now moment. These are the tools that are needed for this individual vessel so as to share with those that share similar ideas or open to exploring ideas. We pour all our faith, miraculous faith energy into the manifestation fully of the flower, the tree of life, of infinite abundance in all aspects. And in regards to this dream, infinite monetary, digitalized monetary abundance, so as to shift the trust into the trusted individuals, the ones in the all, the alls in the one.
I encourage you to bless us and wish us luck in the path of succeeding in all these aspects.
We ask for your own blessings, for we are the physical embodiments of the blessings, of the gifts. Become the gift, embody the gift of the flower of life and infinite abundance in the necessary aspects to support these ideas with pure intent of unconditional, infinite gratitude, appreciation, and love for oneself as well as the universal self and all the physical embodiments upon Gaia in the now moment.
Thank you.
Infinite gratitude and appreciation and love to all in this co-created moment and all of the universe, to Gaia. Ah, mm. Martin Luther King, his dream, so beautiful. We will become the embodiments of our most beneficial aspects in the perfect timings for the necessity of ourselves and our roles that we chose to play in excitement. Hmm.
Much love and gratitude.
Hmm. Farewell for this now moment. Hmm. Hmm. Thank you. Oh. Wow. Hmm. Okay. So the final message from what I'm getting from the grid and some of the others is to kind of throw some of the water, sprinkle some of the water on here, and then individually, as like a meditation within ourselves, um, send the most beneficial intentions to the incense here, and then what I'll do is I'll light the incense, and then I'll begin to share the blessing that was just left for us, if you will, gifted to us. Sound good?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Speak, people.
Yes. That is really beautifully done, Justin.
Thank you. I built this a couple of days ago, and what I did, I actually had the terminated points of the crystal of the quartz. I actually had it going out, but yesterday I've been sitting next to him and just allowing myself to just feed into flow with it, and it was telling me, hey, we're not supporting the idea of the created universe. Now we gotta feed it with the breath, with life. So that's what I did is I switched them around. I also switched the direction of the black kyanite. So I had the black kyanite where it's facing skinny point in, fan out, if you will. Because when you throw a fan, what's it do? It throws, you know, waves out, if you will. So when I had the points facing out, I was, you know, feeding the idea, if you will. Now it's time to feed the creation. So I switched the fan inwards and then just began okay.
I like that overhead view that you had where you could see the, you know, the whole thing, because the first thing I thought of when I saw it was, I don't know, kind of like us sending all of our light to all of our other selves. And then Sean started talking, and then I started thinking about it, so I put it out there, and then Sean started talking about it, and I was like, okay. So that's what I was feeling like we were all integrating all of ourselves.
Yes, and what I did also is I have a bloodstone, which is like a green stone with little different flecks of color, and it's in the shape of a skull. So I have that actually posting my phone up so it can keep the camera on it. I'm missing I'm missing my big chunk of black tourmaline. My big chunk of black tourmaline, I usually just plop right in the middle, and I have this thin piece of blue lace agate, if you will.
Yes.
So I use that as the centerpiece, and then I put the black tourmaline, which is, like I've explained before, the one that's able to pull in any energy, and it just sees it as existent. So any type of energy, any ideas, any energies attached to it, it'll soak it up, and you just got to send it with infinite, unconditional love, gratitude, appreciation, and it just, boop, immediately turns it into beneficial, necessary energies for the self or the earth or the universe. So I have a little piece of it right in the heart. I actually I have a piece of green tourmaline as the heart in this grid, and then I put my quantum silica, which is a few different types of quartz and different minerals. Then I have my seraphinite, I have my celestite, I have my angelite, I have my fairy spirit stone. Then I have the pink quartz, the green calcite. Then I threw in some gold in there, the pyrite, or gold properties, if you will, with the pyrite. And then surrounded it with the quartz rods connecting to the silica. And then just now, or pardon, getting a little ahead of myself, I got the lapis lazuli, and then this is terminalated quartz, like my necklace. So it's tourmaline, rods of tourmaline that are amplified by the quartz. I went ahead and threw this little terminated piece of amethyst in here. Just felt right. Then the black kyanite. They're very grounding and just really high vibrational. Then I have blue kyanite on the outside that I just put here, another piece of blue kyanite on the other side. Then the moonstone, and then the green kyanite on top of that. So now we're feeding the actual, the universe has been going, so now it's time to actually feed the body of it now, so to give it life into it, if you will. So getting ready to throw in the primordial water that gave birth to us. So ocean water, if you will. And I also do this for myself too, where I'll pour it, and then I'll I'll pour it on. I know, actually. Hmm.
Justin, do you feel a little bit shaky after this channeling? Like your whole body is shaking a little bit?
I call it vibrating.
Yeah.
I call it vibrating
That's a good way to think of it.
because
I
I am absolutely buzzing with energy, and
it,
this is
it
also
it
a part
happens
of it
to
right
me all
here.
the time. All the time when I do something in front of people, I start like shaking.
It's
Yes,
it's
pretty
what it is.
common.
It's the level, I guess, the frequency of the energies we're allowing ourselves to open up to. It's a very, very high frequency, so it'll it'll lead to that
But
that
yeah,
that vibrating feeling.
but it feels like I feel like I drink. It feels like you drink like 5 coffees in a row.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sister
Yeah.
Wendy, a couple of days ago, we were talking, and we her, myself, Sarah, and Brother Dan, and we started feeling these energies, and I felt just absolutely electrified, and Wendy was just oh my god, just completely tickled. It was the most
Oh
beautiful.
my God, that was like embarrassing loud. Oh my God.
Oh, it was awesome. It was so. What was cool is like I was feeling it, and she was emoting it. You know, she was expressing it, and it was
All I
so
could do was
awesome.
laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. It was like nothing I've ever experienced ever. It was the strangest thing. And I had family coming, and I swear to you, I had to like I had to I had to leave the hangout and go answer my door because my family was at my door, and I'm
Oh my
telling you,
gosh.
it took me I cannot tell you. I was like freaking out for like an hour and I had nobody to talk to. I couldn't tell anybody because I had to be like all about my family, you know. I was like it was very scary. But I tell you, a lot of times one of the reasons why I got the message I did, Elle, about breathing was because it was interesting. This morning I came upon by accident, you know, synchronicity,
Mhm.
about a site, and she does a combination of crystals and colors. And anyway, I just discovered her by accident this morning, and and that energy that I cry and cry and cry. That's what happens to me is I cry, and then I can't.
It's so. I've done that twice this week where I just was crying, but in my heart I was laughing, and then it turned into laughter, and it erased the tears, if you will. But the tears had to come first.
I need to cry. I cry very hard. It's like impossible to make me cry, and I really need to cry myself out 1 or 2 times.
Well, you know, it's funny, Al, because I was growing up, I wasn't really allowed to cry, so I really never did. It's interestingly hardly ever. And up until I like my awakening, if you will, and I've cried more probably in the last 3 years than I have honestly in my entire life combined, easily. Probably, I've probably cried more in the last week than I have probably in my life.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like what
I
was
just,
what was really neat for me is like the best way to put it is it felt like I was watching myself. It was like I was watching aspects of myself die. To be honest with you.
it, it almost
And
kind of, it's like being born and dying and being born. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It's so emotionally overpowering that even this past 7 days, even when I had days, stretches of hours and hours where I had available time to come into the hangouts and I could not speak.
Yeah.
I could not speak. For days, I could not speak. The emotion was so intense in my heart and my throat, I could not talk. I barely could speak. I could barely maintain my three-dimensional reality, commitments, if you will,
Yes.
like I'm floating in and out of all of these realities, and I missed well, I can't say I missed it, but I was,
These few days are very strong for me as well. Like when I
yes,
watch something, it's moving, like it's vibrating, and I thought it's something wrong with me, but like I'm shifting very quickly from 3D to 4D, and it
yes.
happens all the time.
Did you, I was actually, I had intended on being in Mpaku's webinar, and I went to walk my dog, and I have a forest next door to my house, and by the time, before I realized it, I came back in the house. I had been talking to entities, and by the time I got back in the house, the whole webinar was over. And then I listened to it, and everything that Dan was saying as he's speaking was what was happening to me while I was in the forest. And I am just, the whole time I'm listening to this, I'm just crying and crying and crying and crying and then the crystal hangout started, and I couldn't even stop crying long enough to get in the crystal hangout. I had to collect myself. I mean, it was that
Yeah.
intense.
Send me some of that energy, please. Let me absorb your sadness.
I mean,
Experiencing some really, really intense energies, and to be honest, like I've been able to just, I know what I should say, I understand the energies that you've been experiencing. I've been feeling Brother Cause, like just going through some things as well. There is a reason why Takur had mentioned a couple weeks ago, like, hey, Jay, we really need you to be 3D. Like, whatever it takes for you to be 3D during this process, it's really imperative that you do it.
well,
That was
the message. Yes, that was the message I got from Dan. That was one of the reasons why it strung the chord for me, because when he said those words, something like, I really understand that I need to appreciate being a human, because we are losing sight of one of the reasons we're here, and it's to be human, but in this new reality. And that validation when he said that was so overwhelmingly emotional for me.
oh, I started crying towards the end there. I did. I couldn't do it.
I cried through the whole thing, and that's why after I was listening to it, I was typing a note to him, to whoever would listen, about how I was feeling while I was listening to it, because it was what was happening, was his words were speaking and mirroring what was happening to me while I was in the forest, because while I was in the forest, I was talking to all of you. And so,
Yes.
all
I
of
felt
you.
it.
So I was talking to everyone, and I'm in the forest, and then he's talking about the wolf in the forest, and I'm the wolf, and I'm like, okay, I'm freaking out now. So the whole time I'm out there,
Falling. I felt so. Oh my God! I just started
and the whole
crying.
time I'm out there, I'm in the forest, and all of a sudden now the bird collective starts talking to me, and so they're trying to tell me the story about the messages about the Hukala family, and how, I mean, I just can't even describe it. So the bird collective is sitting there talking to me in the trees about the things to tell you guys about the work that you're doing. And I mean, so I'm already crying before I even got in the house. You know what I mean? I'm already crying from that. So then I come in the house and I realize I've missed the webinar. So I click on and I start listening to it, and then the waterworks just don't stop, And then I come into the crystal hangout, and we're all here now, and I'm just like, okay, wow, 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 wow.
Big wow. Hey Max, how are you?
Hi, Max.
Hello. I second everybody. Yes, stay grounded. Don't get nuts. You know,
I know, I
it's a
know.
wild forest. If you go nuts, we can pull you back physically.
I know.
Yeah. You come here for physical experience. Ground yourself. Crystal can be used for grounding as well. Anything can be used for grounding. I like food. Food is very grounding.
Yeah.
Like any food is grounding. I mean, except drug foods like chocolates. Chocolates, I guess, are more like I lose balance when I eat chocolate and drink coffee. So,
Well, it's funny you say that because I've been ODing on chocolate and sugar for the last couple of days, and I'm like, okay, enough, enough. I'm done.
yeah, you heard. I think it was our friend who channeled said, "Don't poison yourself. Don't eat what is bad for you." Yeah, I like touching things, and I like. Can you see me? I cannot see myself. I see it by some
Yes.
reason. I see
I
clearly.
can see
But all right. But I kind of Jim does that. Jim does that, and I do that a lot these days. It's kind of this thing is to sense what is good for you, what is bad for you. It kind of you get an answer. You before doing anything, I kind of, is it good for me? Is it good for me? Is it good for me? What is the answer? And I get the answer this way. So I use hands a lot. For crystals, I put like my favorite way to test a crystal is to take a crystal and sort of kind of feel it.
Yes. Beautiful.
Ah, I
Uh-huh.
like that.
But grounding, play with something physical. Crystals are given to you for grounding. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Be in this world for now. Be in this world. I mean, I say you jump up there and then you come back and then you try to regain the balance, and you do regain the balance. That's, I guess, the message for today.
I feel we were 4D so as to be able to be in a more malleable state to build our dreams or our more beneficial, pull from our more beneficial aspects. And I felt kind of this last week. I kind of been like, oh man, I want just a cheeseburger. I want like a bunch of candy. Da 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 da. And then it stopped. And then after that stopped, and it was like, all right, well, I don't need this anymore. And then I don't need this. And then I don't need this. And oh wait, so that just means it's meaningless. So when I begin to feel these old ideas, I just like, oh, it's meaningless and non-beneficial. Just keep it back out. I love you. I appreciate. I will just choose not to go that direction. In this moment, everything is peaceful. Everything is wonderful. All needs and necessities are taken care of, and the future nows or the future now isn't even existing. So
You're using, all right.
Yes.
You're using incense, and incense goes really well with crystals. I'm all into burning incense.
Oh, me too, Max. Yep, I like it helps me. It actually I use it every morning for meditating, along with my crystals, and it really helps me. I find very deep connections I'm able to open up. I know it sounds strange, but it's true.
What do you burn?
It depends. To be frank with you, it depends on what meditation I'm doing. Much in the morning, I will actually burn one called Sunrise.
Say again?
Called Sunrise.
Okay.
And so I will use that one for sunrise. I have one called Celestial, so I'll use that maybe for a different type of, type of meditation, more toward entities and sort of thing. I have one for the forest if I say I want to maybe connect more to grounding and the forest friends and the elementals and that kind of thing. So it sort of depends.
I just want to say incense are very nice. They're not drugs. Like chemical drugs, they really change the chemistry in your brain. And incense give you only a tune. It's a very little, the amounts are very little which you smell. It doesn't push you. It's kind of gives you a tune like a tuning fork, and then you can meet that vibration by yourself. It's
That's a good way to put it.
yeah, some people are deaf to incense and they would just smell and they wouldn't feel anything. But if you are attuned to incense, then you can use that tuning fork to meet that vibration and again to ground yourself.
I like that. I like that analogy that you use.
Yes, thank you, Max. You just were as you were explaining that your idea, you were just spot on with what it was doing for me in the moment as I was smelling the incense, and I felt the zen, blissful feeling that I've gotten from using such chemical agents that lead to a real euphoric, grounded feeling, if you will. And yes, everything in its perfect time.
I like
Okay,
I
go
like the
ahead.
way you put that, Max, too, about the tuning fork. I like that. It hummed a chord with me, and yes, pun intended, because of course my higher being is named Harmony, so I harmonize with anything to do with sound and color and sense and anything to do with harmony with the universe, I guess.
Well, that's what the
go
earthly
ahead.
body is about. Is learning to live in balance, heart, mind, body, and spirit. And when we obtain this balance, that's when we truly have embodied our full alpha and omega self. And I'm beginning to have more infinite, truly ever expanding, even super expanded, not just moments of bliss. I'm talking what would be perceived as days, and man, I came crashing down pretty hard for about 2 hours yesterday, and I was fighting the ideas that of the old tools, and then finally I just was like, you know what, stop fighting them, just do what's necessary to find the balance, and then then get back to the idea that was assisting the support of the balance. So I just finally was just like, all right, I hear me, all right. So I did what needed to be done, and instead of beating myself up about it, I just pulled myself closer, loved myself more. Just it was like, oh, I fucking love you. I'm just gonna love you to death. Literally, I'm just gonna love you till you're no more, and all this energy is gonna go towards this new life that I've been just feeling, and just, it's like, all right, it's been miraculous every step of the way. Everything is just a giant, infinite, ever expanding miracle ever since this realization, and it's just, I just can't wait till everything's fully manifested, and it's really truly just the infinite moment of bliss that can truly be shared and experienced with anyone that's open to it, and whatever that idea is for them, whatever it is for me, or whatever it is as a co-created idea, and being able to perform my idea of magic of busting out the Wells Fargo card, being like, hey Wendy, I really want to come and get some Uno's Pizza in Chi-Town. I'm gonna perform some magic real quick. I want to go to the Weber Grill, and then I want to go back to Uno's Grill. So, you know what? I want to go right now. No, I'm not even worrying about packing. I'll just buy clothes there. I'll get food there. I'll be able to find somewhere to stay, travel. All I need as a tool is this. And then someone to say, yes, come on through. Or, hey, I would love to come visit you in Tahoe. And be like, well, awesome, even better. I would love to share my home with everyone, show how beautiful it is in Tahoe and how much fun it is.
I hear you there, boy. I hear you. Those are awesome, Max. Those are beautiful stones.
I wanted to say about, just to second you about success, about the importance of taking care of your body. Like in this stage, in this state of transition, your body is like a bicycle. You can, or a car, but more like a bicycle. You can walk on the, use this bicycle, take care of it, pump the tires, and drive it well, or you can fall down into the mud. So my body, all my life, I feel like my body is very, very it needs a lot of care, and it falls apart very easily. I don't know how about you, but I feel like as a hybrid, my body is not very well suited for Earth.
Yeah, me either.
My body is diamond tough. I have never, ever fully broken a bone. My bones have fractured, hairline fractured. I've taken a baseball to the nose. I've taken a person full-on sprint with their helmet and a football helmet to my femur. Would have broke someone else's leg. Where mine just had a bone bruise, like a slight hair fracture. I've had my broken back was just hairline fractures of my spine. Even when my foot, you'll get a kick out of this, Max. My foot, when I was running through first base, my left foot stayed planted forward, where my body weight completely shifted. So what happened was my fibula became dislocated, and instead of all my ligaments in my knee tearing, my bone dislocated so as to save the ligaments and just tore the cartilage in the medial and lateral menisci. So I ended up benefiting myself with how it happened, But the point is I know my body's been strong as, crystal, strong as diamond, and that's what those years in sports and training did. It just, all that physical, just constant knocking just condensed my body, condensed my spirit, my heart, my mind, and assisted in the strengthening of them all. It's not a delicate process. It's not a delicate process, but I've had nothing but fun and a lot of physical fun and it's had a lot of rewards.
Well, that's true, but I have to say, being strong, I've always been strong, well, for the most part too, but this energy stuff is really kicking my butt.
All right, I need to step away. I bless you. I wish you success on this webinar, and thank you, everybody, for making it happen. It's wonderful that you do it by yourself without any support from me. So thank you very much, and please do more of those. Go ahead, announce them. Be positive. Don't focus on negativity. Focus on what is positive. Share what is positive. Keep negativity sort of under control. You have to be aware of it, but you don't have to stay on it a long time. Be aware of it, learn a lesson, keep moving to positive direction. That's my intention for today. And please stay in your body. Don't leave it. Don't let other spirits to take it over. Stay in your body. Invite other spirits only to communicate, but not more than that. Don't leave your body to them forever. Stay within your. You came to this world to experience physical life, and it's your choice to do that or not. But I urge you, please stay in your body. Don't leave it.
Well, thanks, Max. Thank you for the grounding visit.
Thanks, Max.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Max, do you still have a minute to...
I'm feeling really comfortable with an ending to this now moment. Feel so high vibrational, well balanced, neutralized, planted firmly within all realms of dimensionality. This is the time to incorporate all of our universal as well as all of our Gaic physical embodiments. Embrace that which is beneficial in the moment as an individual. We all live with infinite unconditional love, gratitude, and appreciation. This will show in all our words, all our actions. The intent is firmly in place. Amplify it with nothing more than excited, neutralized manners until the now moments arise to suddenly expand and explode with new consciousness, dissolving unbeneficial attachments and barriers to our individual ascension and transcension process to the embodiment of our true Alpha Omega self. In this moment, I am the am that I am. I am the Alpha Omega aspect that is Justin Cody Ibarra. In this moment, infinitely, ever expandingly, always building upon itself, by itself, with the infinite, unconditional love that resides within every physical embodiment of light on Gaia and throughout the 9 realms and all the universes, parallel, past, present, future ideas, whatever ideas, real and or surreal. Be grounded in your Alpha and Omega aspect and all of its existence and glory. Namaste. I need to get up before my left leg really falls asleep.
Namaste.
Ooh. Oh, man. Yeah, my left leg was starting to go numb there. All right.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you all so much. Wow. I really have been enjoying these crystal explorations and hangouts. Wow, just tons of fun. And next week there will be another grid that I'll either have made beforehand and or another in the moment build.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that miracle, I can feel it, and oh my gosh, I'm just gonna buy instead of like going and buying crystals, I'm just gonna go to the crystal store and make the guy an offer and be like, hey, how much would it cost for me to buy your store? And
there you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like fuck the BS and just be like, I'm gonna take it over. It's mine.
There you go.
What do I pay? It's mine. It's ours.
Ah, see there. See now you're thinking.
Yes, this is ours. This is it's being channeled through into me. However, it's not for me. All
There
for
you
me.
go.
It's for the
See, maybe there's your answer. Maybe you're supposed to own a crystal store.
I like this idea. I love this idea. I am extremely extremely excited about this idea of owning a crystal store. So
there you go. So there you go. I mean, what's just like Bashar says, don't think about it. Just do what you just said. Walk up to the guy and say, dude, I want to buy your store. How much is it?
yes.
And you'll manifest the money.
Oh yes. Yes. This is just a little food for thought. Just this is part of it right here. It's already the documentation. The documentation. Like
Wow.
yeah, it's now it's fully just channeling its energies into my miracle.
Manifest reality. There you go.
So what I did is and there's one more thing I'd like to share. Actually, I've shared it, but this morning I looked at it, and it just really, just with different eyes. And I've talked about it before. It's called Zentangling. Actually, I'll pull this away real quick. It's called Zentangling, and it's meditative art. And as I was looking at it, it just kind of, I didn't consciously really do any of it. I just followed energy.
Oh, wow.
And it just kind of, they're just kind of static and just, like what you would see, like, energy, just static energy.
That's awesome.
And then there's just different voids, but in the voids, there's, sparks in there, if you will.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
And then,
That's cool.
as I looked at it, then it went to, like conscious love, green, just different ideas, if you will. And then I noticed that this part of this just kind of came out to be kind of like this fish. And so the thoughts kind of flowed into here and then expanded, if you will, into this guy. And he got kind of tired of just being alone with his ideas and cried out of love. And he cried so much that we created the primordial seas. And then came physicality. Physicality needed something. Physicality needed something. So it kind of went into there, and then just magically, boom, there's this. There's, oh, pardon. This is a little more important right now. I'll talk to her in a sec.
That's awesome.
So
That
right
is
here,
so cool.
that's where three-dimensionality started to come into. And then it funneled into this object, and from this object grew beautiful flowers. And
I
notice
gotta go.
that's connected to the hearts of hearts. And notice there's 7 of them. I never noticed that until now.
That's awesome. I gotta go. Hey, Justin, thank you so much. This was amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Until the next now, love to all.
Yes, much love, guys. We'll end on that. I actually have to go myself. Thank you so much, infinitely and unconditionally, everyone that was here for this co-created moment. And I look forward to the next now to share with everyone in another crystal exploration.
Thank you. I'm stopping.
All right, guys. I'll hop back on in a little bit, see how